They're jacked on the market's churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoidling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah, yeah. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind, grind, grind. They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out, their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got them down on the luck. By the dip they yell, eyes wild with hype. While the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight. Checking the apps like a dealer's hit. Every red candle's a gut punch split. Ooh, yeah. Hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind. Swapping dope for a coin that's cursed. Lost the keys, now the heads might burst. Rug pulley-os, just hold a pain portfolio, screaming you're going insane. Talking DeFi, NFTs in a haze. Mama's yelling, get a job, no craze. Bull run fever, but the bear's in play. Still snorting Satoshis, they're fading away. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord down to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fall. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind, 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 Crank up the charts, let the candlesticks blaze. Crypto chaos, they're lost in the maze. From the wallet to the grave, chasing that high. Snorting Satoshis till the servers run dry.
Pulse thumps like a ghost in my chest. Fingers claw at the void, no rest. Heavy breath drips with poison air. Static whispers crawl everywhere. Metallic clangs in the hollow night. Synthetic growls sharp in the fight. Tremors quake. seduction's flame. Bass fuzz cuts through the smoky haze. Eyes like fire in a wicked gaze. Heartbeat kicks in a deadly grind. Lost in echoes I cannot find. War cries drown the electric sin. Filtered chaos spinning within. Tremolo tears rip through my mind. Chained to rhythm, lost to time. In the static shadows creep. Secrets buried way too deep. Twisted voices calling my name. Tense and raw seduction's flame.
Good evening. Before we commence any further, it is time for the ringing of the cowbell ceremony.
I didn't sign up for no Illuminati shit. What you talking about?
Shadows flicker on the screen's faint
Fear not the ringing of the cowbell.
whispers flow.
The ringing of the cowbell is to clear the air, to clear our mind.
Hums as the market.
And they just sound freaking good.
Hold the line, don't take the bait. Wait for the trigger, don't take. Almost 5 buttons, but
Thank you for your participation.
patience whispers keep the
That's some straight up Illuminati bullshit right there. I didn't sign up for this.
A gorgeous setup like a diamond's gleam. Every candle hides a darker scheme. Signals murmur secrets in the night, but your instincts tell you hold it tight. Hold the line, don't take the bait. Wait for the trigger, don't tempt fate. Almost 5 buttons, but you lose the game. Patience whispers keep
Y'all missed a cool ass song at the beginning. I'm just saying. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for this evening's show. If this is your first time, you will see a turkey give a TA. This is the legendary turkey of YouTube fame. Yes, the famous and only turkey out there. Well, let's just say it's the greatest turkey out there, and given Crypto TA, there's no other turkey that has outperformed this turkey on his TA performance. I'm just saying. Not trying to brag, just saying the facts. You come here for this turkey's TA, because there is no other turkey on YouTube that's quite nailing it like this turkey. Just saying.
When did you turn into a pompous asshole? Now you're just like all the rest of them out there. I believe it was sarcasm, Sean. Nobody pulled your chain, hubby. What's risky tonight, isn't it?
We're still waiting on you to hit that button, Sean.
Oh gosh, start.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I truly say thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, We actually made it. Look, we're here. Yeah, not really on time either, Sean. I'm just saying. Welcome. You're watching Late Night with Road Dogg Crypto. No, that's not it. You're watching Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Still working on that one. Hey, here we are on the 4 hours. You little Degens probably won't recognize it. I barely do. I actually got stuck on the 1 minute today and forgot I was on the 1 minute, and I'm sitting there. Oh, let's go hard. It's like, what? Got stupid there for a minute. We're doing okay though. Here we are on the 4 hour, and I know it's kind of testy because we stopped going up. We were going up, and then it just stopped. Why'd you stop going up, man? Why'd you stop going up, Big Con? What's wrong? We did get up here to 122 today. That was testing that 50 moving average, or not the 50. I'm sorry, 0.5 Fibonacci area, where we wanted to see if we could. If I'm not mistaken, reach 0.5 or 886. Oh gosh darn it, you're getting me off. I got two colors doing the same gosh darn thing. Yes, this is it. This was an 886. It was this one. On this return here, we did not make it past the 0.5. That's kind of our if or miss. That's kind of our right in the middle area. So if we don't get above it, we're not officially bullish. I mean, we're bullish, but I mean, we're not officially like out of the water for making lower lows. I mean, that can still be on the table until we like clear that particular level. And that's sitting at about 120, not far from where we are, but we got rejected from it, and that kind of sucks. It never feels good to get rejected. We tried to take it to the upstairs, but they said no. We're going to stay down here in the damn living room. Watch Family Feud. All right, so with the family that's feuding, we're in the 9 moving averages as a 119,254-ish area here on this big ass time frame, and we're above it, and as long as we're above it, everything's fine. Now it is a little concerning that it's starting to dive bomb in on this 21 moving average, and we don't want to see it cross or even watch price fall below either one of those little guys really, and or get us to break this trend line. What we want is a little bounce here. And so I'm coming down to the small. Well, let's look at our indicators over here. What we got going on over here? They came. They're still, money flow is still in the green. That's still in our favor there. Now some of these time frames are kind of tired, and Bitcoin is a little bit tired. MACD's not looking all too happy here on the 4 hour, but you know she wasn't looking all too happy on one time frame the other day, but then she just perked right back up. It was like, oh, it looked like I was on the weekly. Yeah, the weekly looked like it was giving the first signs of about to roll over on the weekly for total 3. I think is what we're looking for. But no, now it's just perked right back up. She just got duck lips, went like she snorted something. I don't know. Kind of wild here. I'm coming down to the 1 hour because we're going to see what's happening because we've been dropping. It's falling. Oh no. That's gone to 109,000, then to 100,000. One red candle day or one red candle point, man. And it's funny how people flip flop. Well, that I've seen on YouTube. I mean, they're bearish on the green candle, and as soon as the first red candle comes, I see them flip flop, especially if they're on smaller time frames, right? Let's go down to a smaller time frame. You ever seen them do that? They'll be saying, if I've ever seen one, this is an inverted head and shoulders to the upside. And that's when we're getting red candles. But as soon as you get a red candle, and then it's, look, it's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder to the downside. And I'm like, oh my goodness. How the hell? I mean, for a new person, I can't imagine that. There's gotta be, there's a point when you get in here that you overthink things, and that's just inviting overthinking right there, just making stuff harder than what it needs to be, and even breaking the rules and not telling anybody. Anyway, we had this little rising channel here, or forming a wedgie within a bigger pattern, no doubt, which is really what we should be looking at, but that's just what's going on in the guts of it, right? The bigger pattern was what really ruled out, because this little area that it fell out of and broke back in retested. That's why we're sticking with it, not on our line under here, because we had this wick, this area, and this action under here, and then this retest. So this was a bear trap, a very nice one. the same person. I'm not calling names, but I remember, look, it's making an M top here. We're making an M going to the, and then of course, then you hear, we called the bottom, look, shoulder. Crazy stuff going on, man. Anyway, that trend line appears to be holding pretty gosh darn well here, and making sure that I've got a little position going on here. We're on a 6-minute time frame. We just bounced off that little sucker. Now, do I think this is a great trade? I'm adding to a position I already got because she's near my trend line. Probably still not the greatest long just quite yet, I would say. The biggest thing we got going for us is that we got a higher low here. Should go up for a higher high, but no guarantees in crypto, right? Pardon me just a moment while me come over to my accounts and see, because I got stopped out in profit because I didn't want to write it if she wanted to go real low, like up here. At this little line here, that would kind of sucky to write it down. So we get a little fresh position. Nice. I'm just going to add just a little bit to that because she's still in a, where it won't mess me up too much. So build just a little, no, that's the wrong one. Just a little bitty bag, or a little bit of a bigger bag. It was getting kind of hefty there for a minute. It would have been great if it would have just kept on going, but no, she didn't. She decided, no, I'm going to start coming down again. So we try again. What do you think about that Ethereum? She's doing pretty good right here. So here, even on the 6-minute time frame, I got a bearish cross happening right over here. So it's going to be a little shaky, but it's a good little start, I think. I like seeing that we're bouncing off the trend line. That's the main takeaway that I've got from all this, and that's really what matters. This is the same one that we broke back into after breaking out of. It was a rising wedge. Let's zoom out. We got to always zoom out. It was a rising wedge that we broke out to, which can lead to a parabolic move, and it's setting up looking pretty for it. It also make a perfect trap for your ass, which is what it did. Now, the scenario that I was looking for that we do not want to see, when we break back into these things, we can come up here, get rejected, and we did at the 0.5, right? This is a scary situation that we're trying to avoid, which could still happen, by the way. I know we're bouncing right now in the 6-minute, but this could still happen. Where we've, and then we break it to the downside, and we come down to like this 117 area. That might still be on the table, okay? But I'm counting on some of these moving averages here and whatnot to kind of guide me through that, but that could definitely be there. Look here on the 1 hour. I mean, she's been feeling a little bit bearish lately, and she's had a red dot here printed for several hours confirmed. But during that time, stochastics have already come down here to reset areas. So it being that we have a trend line or a support area that we can actually identify, good chance that might hold with those stochastics being down that low. Let's hope. Doesn't have to. You're only clear on these things. I know some people say when they come, you're only clear when they actually start breaking up, when they get past their little level, which for stochastics is the 20% mark, right? So, I mean, because it can level out here and price can just keep on dropping, and she's floored. She's floored. Prices keep dropping. That can happen. That's nasty. We could set up for something like that. I'm just saying, we already got money flowing in the red here on an hour. So it gets bullish when we flip back up across the 20% line. That's when it starts getting more bullish, or that we're probably coming out of whatever bottom area. For those of you that didn't understand stochastics, and that's the ones that are on market cipher, the regular ones look a little bit more like this, but they got 2 lines on them. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me just one moment, if you will. Well, that's... Sean, you turned my microphone off. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking at Bitcoin, finding some support, trying to figure out what she's trying to do, kind of watching her as she's bouncing off these little lines that we draw on the charts and some indicator lines that are drawn on there for us. I like how they work together sometimes. It's got some bullish divergence here on the small time frame, so we might come back up here and It would be great if we can get up to 120, but this area over here, let's see what happens here. See what happens here. Maybe we got enough energy to keep these from crossing bearishly, because that's what they're trying to do. That 50 trying to cross that 100, that would not be good. So since we got a good start, maybe we can undo that. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that happen, because I don't think it happens enough. Doesn't happen enough. I would like to watch it. That's going to be my goal for this evening, I think. We're going to come over and say hello to everybody. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, take a look at the indices, because that's what guide us and help us be more accurate. That's what helps us to be accurate on the channel, is the indices. The boring stuff that nobody else really wants to do, that guides us, those little metrics. And then we start taking a look at all the little altcoins, Degen altcoins, any kind of altcoins, top 10 altcoins, major altcoins, any kind of altcoins. I'm open for all the altcoins. I like altcoins. Share with you a few of them. So some of them that we have looked at recently have done very, very well, especially today. So we'll take a look at that. Hey man, I just noticed I'm not on here. Sean? Holy crap! I was the invisible turkey. Bitcoin at $119,000. Can't believe I'm saying that. I remember when it was at 19,000, and that wasn't very fun. Well, except when it was going back up, that was kind of fun. When it was coming down to it, that was kind of like, I thought you were gonna stop at 20. No, you can come over. Okay, you're gonna stop here though, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to the chat now. We'll talk to you guys. I lost you. Where'd you go? Oh, baby, Medina fan club. Ardo, I can't see your face. I'm here. Thank you for that. Let me say hello to everybody. Got Duality C in the house tonight. See you at number 1. Yeah! Woohoo! White Wolf. Andrew Troll, how's it going? You find them, you let me know. Crypto music has the melody. The first song tonight is a new one that I've got. I haven't released it or anything, because you guys get to hear the music first on the stream. I think I'm getting screwed on the music thing, though. I think I'm getting screwed on it, because I use my own music that I've released, and then I get copywritten. So notice is that means I can't monetize the streams I do, so I don't get the ad revenue that you see or anything. Supposedly that goes to the royalties or whatever, but the royalties that I've found out that I've accumulated from YouTube do not add up to what I guess regular ads should add up to. So I think I'm shooting myself in the foot in the music. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. Oh, I don't know. Still trying to figure all this stuff out as we go. You guys interested to find out how much my music has made since I started making music and releasing it in February? Yeah. You would say, why would anybody even try? It might be able to buy a pizza. I don't know. It might have to shop around for a pizza, but no gourmet pizza for sure. Mr. Miles Cass or Gas, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at that. That will be the first coin that we take a look at. Is Cass by. It's OG1. Oh, he says, you guys keep beating me to it. I like it. All right, Casper God, I see you there. Bullish on Parade. How's that, JYAI? And that reminds me, I don't ever think about it in time, but I put my marker in there. I like to put my little coin request marker up. It's in the chat now. And then when I come back from talking or looking at something, if we can get coins listed right under there, it just makes it easier to find when I come back so I don't miss them. Or if I do miss one, you can retype it again. JYAI, okay, gotcha there. All right, yeah, and that's the marker right there. And Solana, I've got it. Okay, I got you right there. All right, let's take a look at Casper. I'm gonna go to the 4 hour. Bye bye Bitcoin, see you later. Don't want to get near this thing. There's a golden cross trying to happen, but it's very lackluster so far. I'm just trying to say. here on Bitcoin. Just seeing things I notice over here. That's all. Caspa, how about you, Mexi? How do you look? Oh, snap. What? Still trying to work up to this 10-cent area, I see. Haven't quite made it past our 0.5 area. And just like what we said on Bitcoin, we want to get above it to be, you know, more confident that we won't make any lower lows. So if we get rejected here, we can come down, we could come all the way back down here and still work on this pattern. We could break that area, so that's still on the table. But don't want that to happen, but it can. We got lots of support in between there, so maybe it won't, but it's better if we can just like kind of get above it and stay there, I'm saying. I bet you say that about all the coins. I probably do, yeah, if they're in a similar situation. If you look over to the left right here, just draw a little line there and see we're at resistance. Now this little area here might be trying to do a little something. Looks like a support resistance flip if you ask me. We just identified right there. Are you a fib? Or did I not draw a fib? Are you the 386 or something crazy? Why shucks. Well, not exactly, but just right nears it. We're above the 382. That's, well, I mean, we would be if we're under the 0.5. I'm sitting here spouting numbers, and it probably makes no sense to some people just tuning in. What the hell? And that's not even a price. What the hell is he talking about? The Fibonacci is the little tool over here that I've just found to be totally magical. It's been hard as hell to find information on how to figure out how it works properly. Mostly what you learn in your trading groups or whatnot is, look, it comes to the 618 and does a retracement and bounces, then you're good. There's a whole lot more you can do with this one. Extensions and all kinds of goodness. Harmonic movements. It gets really juicy and uncannily just accurate as hell sometimes. And that's why I like it. Because I was kind of looking at something. If I went into the system, they say buy the top, and no, that's what we usually do. They say buy the bottoms and sell the top. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do. Well, then, how do we know if we at bottom? Can we have anything that clues us in? And I found some clues. I found things that help us find those little tops and bottom areas. And so you don't just sit up there guessing or drawing sticks. Although you can draw sticks if you do them correctly. However, I see that a lot of people just got a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Flippant with some of that sometimes. The teachers I'm talking about, not people. No, I don't know, people trying to learn. Everybody learns and makes mistakes, but we got some very arrogant teachers out there that just are, I don't know, I think they kind of lead people astray sometimes. And I don't want to beat on that topic. I do that. 26 people hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very grateful. We're taking a look at Caspa. If I'll just shut up. I'm still looking forward. It looks good, Mr. Miles. I do like that higher low that's got here. Did make a higher high here. Let's come down to a smaller time frame and see if she's got any juicy good news for us. So if we're looking at my trend lines, which was the ones that I drew, and there is that little support resistance flip area coming through here. Seems to be retesting that and testing this area right here. So hopefully we will get a little catch. Of course, I'd just figure out. And it's twice you've been on a different. I'm going to go with the fib on you. We're going to draw you here. So it's here to pull back just about 9.4 cents. I mean, even if it pulled down to 9 cents, I mean, we're 9.6, half a penny. No big deal. We broke out of a trend line, retested it, did the old bump and run where we come down lower than where we did the breakout, but we still bounced, made a higher high. And you can even look at this idea where we got a breakout there. Now it can do the same dang thing, come back and do a retest, and we get a bunch of jiggity-jaggedy lines. But there's still a measure move from this, just even this section here that it hasn't been, not to mention the measure move that we got from this little booger right here, right? Now some people will just decidedly take a measure move from this and put it, that's not the way. There's a way you can do that if you know where to apply the measure move, but you know, they're very flippant with that. That's a different idea. But the measure move for this pattern from the bottom peak and just go straight up to your trend line there. Put that at the breakout area. And I've been testing against the retest like this when they do that, because I think you still get a reaction at both places. And so if you're looking at targets, why not do that? I draw these as blue lines, and I'm kind of curious about what you got here. I'll make that a dotted line. That's a 10, and when that's at 11, pretty much 11, 11. That'd be an easy number to remember. It's 11, 14 technically, but now if I fib you out, I probably got a little confluence, and I want to see some confluence, and well, doggies. Oh man, you look so pretty until I actually dialed you in. You were almost there. I thought I had you perfect. Look, it's perfect. No. Right up in the 786 areas where I've got a measure move. That's highly doable. Highly doable. I'm gonna mark you, mama. So Casper looking pretty good, pretty good. A lot of these coins are just pulling back, but she should be working on actually clearing out this higher high. She already gave us a little taste of it, so it would be quite rude of you not to go higher. I'm just saying. I mean, that's first base. Let's go. Okay. All right, let's move on to JYAI. This is Jerry the Turtle by Matt Fury. You can get this over on Coinbase as well as a lot of other exchanges too. I mean, Coinbase Wallet. When I'm saying Coinbase, not necessarily that. I would. You'll save a lot of money if you buy your coin somewhere else other than Coinbase. I'm just saying. Things have a way of being more expensive, more slippage, and added fees. Now we know how they make their money. Yeah, you can onboard there, but that's about all that most people use it for, really. Jerry the Turtle coming up, back up to the resistance area right here. Could possibly make the elusive cup and handle pattern. It's got a nice kind of roundy shape there. Not too many spikes, but she's already gave us a trend line, so regardless if she makes a cup and handle or not, as long as she keeps in this pattern, she's actually making something a little bit more like an ascending triangle. Yeah. So you could look at that. If it does do the cup and handle thing, you got to measure move, and the proper way to do it by the guy who actually discovered and came up with the cup and handle, William J. Neal, says to take your measure move this way, which makes it basically like a channel, just like a channel. And that gets us up to here. Now, we have not confirmed this pattern or even made a pattern. It's just a possibility. But the measure moves will still work the same. If you're looking at this pattern, which we may very possibly be in, we can take a measure move from that one. There's actually two different other ones you could do. You could do it from the very bottom down here up to the top trend line, and then you have to wait for the breakout, well, which would be getting across this line, and that would take us a little slightly higher. And I like to put these measure moves up there because I like to see how accurate that they are, and they're fairly accurate. Not all. Sometimes they're perfect. Sometimes they'll go through them a little bit, or sometimes it's on how much care that you put in actually taking it and not just being flippant with it. Not just taking a measure move and then putting it somewhere before a breakout wherever, and then have you ever seen this, and then we'll take that and move it up here, and I'm like, well, what the freak was the purpose of the measure move, man? That defeats the purpose of a measure move. All right, so I like that audio. These targets, from where we are now, if we were to get up there, 50 to 66% gains. We like that idea. We could use our fibs and try to figure something, but we're not in price discovery. We've also got our 786 area and our 886 areas right there. Those are our very local targets, the next little targets that we're looking for right there. These can stomp it in the head here, and they can come up and bump its head and then have to do a retrace. I would probably expect that right here at 0.00028 area. where we come up and then maybe come back and we'll have to retest this line, the 618 that we got right there. So I don't know. I mean, it looks like she might be doing something, and then it might be a cup and handle. It's also a triangle, so however you want to define that, they're both correct. Both could be correct, Mendo, once it actually does verify. It's not going to confirm until we get a breakout right there. Until then, it's just a possibility. All right, let's take a look at what this was. Jerry the Turtle. Take a look at Solana. Solana, look at you go up there to 2. Really? Daddy got paid. Did I get paid twice? I'll check. I like getting paid. Getting paid is good. I like getting paid. I've been trying to get paid a lot lately as these numbers go up on all this stuff. And we got retail coming, or well, I think we have some retail starting to come in, starting to trickle in finally. But this is where people are going to chase, and at some point she's going to freaking say, "Hey, man," you know, they chase up and then they come back down to some degree. I want to catch it when she comes back down to some degree and just enjoy the profits that I'm taking as she's going up to some degree. Last time she was up to, I'm on the 1 hour chart. $200 there. We just busted through 195. The next target is 200. Oh, you haven't hit my target yet. Okay, you hadn't got me yet. The 886 there. Boom shakalaka. If we get really frisky, we could start be looking about 220 coming. I'm just going to take these and draw them as a little red box over here. Happy days! Happy days! When we get up there, it will be happy days. So right now I'm looking for psychological and Fibonacci, strong Fibonacci resistance right there, which could knock us back down. It definitely could. I do like the idea of us being on some channel, and it's hard to get the angle. I mean, this is about the, if this isn't correct, then we've broken out. And that's bullish. Yeah, that can work. And it might, if it does come back, of course, remember, there's always that chance to fake out, but we would hope that it would catch on this trend line. That's about 195. So if we find ourselves doing something like getting rejected over here, that's our best case scenario. But sometimes what usually happens, they like to, market makers, we got news this week still coming up, I think, don't we? Even though most of it's good, I think most of the market reactive favoring. I don't know. Are we going to do this, or are we going to come back into the pattern and then have to catch down here somewhere? Because that could happen too. We could see the mid 180s again if we get back into the pattern with the trend line. Let's see if we got any bearish divergence that's forming on this time frame. Do you have any? No, not really. Nope. You kind of do on the 4 hour. The 4 hour does look a little suspect, but this also looks good and strong. Get a golden cross trying to happen here on the 4 hour. So it looks like maybe a lot of these coins might be working on a golden cross, which is good overall, but there can be a pullback when it happens. I'm just saying, just get ready for it. Might have to take a little breather. But man, Solana 4 hour. Where's a good chart for this one? MACD, second histogram bar in, looking strong, ready to party. She's here for the good time. Would love it if we can get above 200 and keep that. That would be bullish AF. Altcoins looking kind of juicy. All right, here's one that we looked at, which I was very pleased to see how it turned out. This is Imagine AI, Imagine Labs. I guess we didn't look at it on COINEX. No? Okay. So this one was coming down, and she was doing her little lower lows and did her higher high. Or higher lows were right here. This was just last week. She came down here and draw a trend line. That was not, I think it actually exceeded where I thought it would go from, I think I did it the easy way. I'm trying to recreate it. We'll probably find the other chart later on. So I would have the target right up here at 0.006. She went all the way up to 0.008. This one from these areas to get in was juicy. Had got up to, she did 100% today, came back down, wibble bobbled over the past 2 days. Here is what it's saying now. New candle coming out, 68% up. So we'll come down to the 4 hour. So cool. I think this was one of the moonshots from Tokenmetrics that we looked at. I believe that's what it was. And the more I looked at it, the more I just felt I want to buy them because I think she can be doing something. She can be doing something. And that was a nice one. Cubic we follow here on the channel, and it's been having a nice time. I found out, and I put it over in our Telegram group in the news section there. I didn't know about that, but did you know that they did a 51% attack against Monero? For real. Over in the Telegram group, it's not media resources, this is news, right? Where the hell's, it's at the top one, right? Yeah, this Monero 51% attack. Why AI protocol Cubic says it will help the privacy chain. So they did it as I guess a test to see, because that's a hard thing to do, an expensive thing to do, and they use their AI base and use their AI to do it. That's kind of freaky scary, but they weren't meaning it as a harm. But they could tend they one of the most secure chains out there. They technically, although there's debates about if it was men, I guess verified, that's true, or you know, there no independent verification of the attack is what they said. But so they're trying to help us, as you know, just to let them, so that Monero can step up its game. Is basically what they did. So I don't know if I guess that's what got all the interest in Cubic. But it's starting to come up now. So Nashi was at a nice little bottom area, which they leave those bottom areas. Look at our little red line that we follow here. It's like, man, I wish I'd bought some under that red line. Yeah, see, that's what that red line means. That's the wish I'd bought here area. And now we're getting way away from it, coming up to, man, I'm probably going to need to maybe take a little profit area up here at 0.339 area. So from this little bottom trend line to where we are now is 103%. Moonbag. If you put $100 in, it is now a good place to take your $100 out and remove it from the market. Thank you. There is our Moonbag alert right there. And it looks like she might be trying to go up even further. I want to take you off of here. Taking a look at Zora. Oh, Snapdragon, what are you doing? Seems like I'm predicting that she's going to come down to here. I thought I did this somewhere else, but I thought I had lines. Did we not have trend lines? That was the idea we're looking for, because we caught her up here and she was staying up here, giving us an M pattern, and looked like she can come up and get rejected, which she did. Wow, we called it! Called it! Nailed it! Algorithm! Nailed it! Look how cool we are. We can see things in the future, but we're not going to tell you because we know nothing but the fact of our own ignorance and the ignorance of you to believe everything that we say. All right, so look, it's an invert. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's always good to zoom out and find your trend lines, instead of trying to just force some little pattern on the very tips here. I know there could be, looks kind of inverted head and shouldery, doesn't? You do have price coming down to it. Maybe that idea would float, but this trend line tells me a lot more than that idea does. And while people are waiting for that confirmation there, I would have been looking at this trend line saying, that looks like a good place to get in, and that looks like a good little retest to jump in. But I guess we're still waiting to see if there's a neckline forming on this possible Adam and Eve bottom reversal pattern, which, yeah, I mean, maybe you could make that argument. Anyway, The idea of it coming down here, if only if she gets rejected, but just keeping that on my radar for the bottom of the channel. We did lose that area. We've not really invalidated this M quite yet. That's what we're looking on doing. If we can get up here, if we flip this for support, we've invalidated this M top, and we may not see this down here. We may just see happy. Oh, look, head and shoulders played out, little sucker. What do you mean? Told you the head and shoulders. Did you tell me it was a head and shoulders this way? The old cock and balls pattern? And he told me it was going to be one here too. I don't even know how you saw it. To the downside. Actually, you know what? I have called this inverted head and shoulder pattern the cock and balls pattern because clearly that looks like something you've seen on. Also, it looks like a uterus, but I actually seen somebody else, and they're calling something else a cock and balls pattern. And I gotta say, it actually did look like it because the price went up like this, and then it kind of rolled over, just like, well, kind of like what we got here. And it did look like it did kind of resemble a cock and balls. I'm gonna say, well, is there really such a thing as a cock and ball pattern? Silly traders will make up names for anything, apparently, especially if we have a YouTube channel. All right, Zora, here on the 24-minute. You're looking kind of bullish, like you might actually want to come up and do something. We headed up here, top of the trend line, retested about 15 cents. Can you do 15 cents for me tonight? I think you can probably do higher if we break out of that, but let's see what we do there first. You know, we got a measured move here. If I were to project, could be 22%, but we never project until we actually get a breakout because that's just setting yourself up for some freaking bias. Subconsciously in your subconscious mind, don't be programming that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to come back to the chat. After I look at Pingu, I'm just saying. Pingu, what are you doing, man? You're at 3.7 cents. Are you going to do something? Or are you going to recover trend lines? What are you doing? You lost this, which you kind of sucked anyway. Can we argue that? We can argue it. That's kind of, well, it's not a bad argument, especially since we're back up in it. Pingu, I need to see something going on here, maybe. I need to see you get above this 200 moving average on this time frame. Do you have a breakout? Not really, not really. Not really. She's still got some stuff. She's still got some stuff to fight with here. Pingu, Pingu. What the hell's up with you, Pingu? I'm going to look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is above the 200 moving average. Looks like we tested that. I like that. I like that. You also got the green dot here on Market Cipher. Stochastic still heading to the upside. This is looking a little bit better here on the 1 hour. I like it. Looks like we might have a bear trap retest and a little bump to the upside here on Pingu. Can you get past the 4 cent area? That's the question, Pingu. Can you? That's the first thing I want to see. We can get a higher target, but I want to see what you do there, Pingu. Watch or not, we got 5 cents and 5.7 cents if we want to look for a higher target. Let's come back to the chat before I start dancing. I think it's time to break out the disco lights. The disco ball. We need the disco ball. We'll give the chicken a break. I think we need to bring out the girls. Girls, you're on tonight. Work them hard. Justin, how's it going? Monero looking cheap AF right now. I know, and we were talking about Cubic, which is doing good, right? But they did the 51 cent attack on Monero, right? And that's making even some of the miners think, you know, for them that means that vulnerability, they just held it for just like a brief second, just a few seconds or something, I think. But that made some of the miners think, well, you know, in that little short amount of time, they had complete control of the blockchain. They could fix it where they're the only ones that are actually processing blocks. Everything else is orphaned and making all the miners obsolete. No good. So, I mean, technically, that's what could happen. Although Cubic, that did the 51% attack, said they have no ill will. They're not trying to do anything. They're just saying, hey, man, see what can happen, especially the AI. And so, well, that's what happened. So they're beefing. We're having blockchain. We're beefing wars. I mean, white hat hack now I don't know. It's kind of wild. So now there's a little fear on Monero. Monero, step up your game, baby, because I need you to go back up to 400, please. I'll take Monero for 400, Alex. I need you to get up there. So I'm looking on the weekly here on Monero as it's dropping and dropping. She was doing a nice little curvy thing and went up to 415, which is not went back to since. That's what sucks about these coins. Actually, I mean, here it was. Last cycle got up to 517. Man, that was a great place to just all of it. A lot of it, but not all of it. Trend line down here. We're approaching an interesting area. So I draw a little trend line over here. I can't make it purple. I think it's something else. Support resistance area, candle bodies, where I'm going to look, especially on the weekly time frame. 50 moving average also coming at that area. That's at $235 basically. We're probably going to tap that. I'd say we'd probably tap that. We've already lost the 21 moving average here on the weekly. Don't have to tap it. I mean, we didn't tap it down here when we did it. It does not have to tap the 50. I take it as a bullish sign if we don't, but during this whole candle, we don't know if we're going to tap it or not until 4 days from now. And then that candle might tap it, and that would suck. All right, so let's come down to the daily and see what the damage has happened over here. So here we lost the 200 daily, and that's not good. There's still enough strength in the 150 that we might be able to pull back up, and if we can bounce here from that area that we're looking at, find support on this last area. But there's still that little thing with this trend line area down here. Oh man, I would hate to see it come down to 214. If the market stays bullish for altcoins, maybe this one can turn around. This one doesn't usually pump when Bitcoin pumps, though. It usually when Bitcoin pumps, this one falls back a little bit. It's just the nature of it, I think. Yes, you sell your Bitcoin, you put it in Monero so you can privately move those funds somewhere and exchange it back for Bitcoin or whatever you want to do. I don't know, but we're hoping. I want to put you over here, 235 in that area, that will hold. I'm hoping that will hold. I still want to see this curving that we got going on. I still want to see that hold. And I think maybe, no, I'm not cool with that. Okay. What about trend lines? You know how we are about trend lines. We got one, so we got another one down here too. And if I do candle bodies, I'm getting, you know, conjunction right in that area too. So that's good. So we haven't broken that yet. We're not below it. So there's hope. There's hope that we can get a little bounce here. Just a little scare. I've seen that scare happen with is it Zcash? Where's it? Yeah, it's giving me a good chart over here. Zcash. Was this it, or was that Liberation Day? Liberation Day. And I think during Liberation Day there was some extra news about Zcash. At some point, was it there? It was either there or shortly after news about Binance going to delist Zcash, another privacy coin, in that sector. This one's actually doing okay. But they drove it down and then they come back to these areas. I think they're just collecting. Me personally, that's what I'm trying to do. We've got a growing little bag of this. She went up to 56, and that was good. So it's taking profits, then had actually dry powder to put in down here. So I want these privacy coins to do good. But Zcash also went over some scarce stuff, but she seemed to pop back from that and did okay, and maybe we'll see the Monero snap back from it. Well, not a 51% attack, but just FUD and scare and Ladies and gentlemen, we come back to the chat and talk to you guys for a minute. Cock and balls pattern needs a more sophisticated name. The gonad and chat pattern. There you go. Shit is on fire, says Dave. Dave, shit is on fire. Shit be on fire, man. Don't step in it. Had a bag of it land on my porch one day. Almost fell for it. Oh my gosh, shit's all over the place. Well, let's take a look at this. Just look at this just going. This 6 coin over here is up to 2.7 cents on the daily. On the daily? That was rather enticing. I'm very envious of you, Dave, for being in this coin, and I'm not. I'm just going to put that out there. Feeling very envious, very jealous that you might have had the possibility to buy this little bottom area over here. It'd make 254% like it was nothing, Dave. Like you do this all the time or something. That's crazy. That is so cool. Look at that. That's strong. I mean, you need to take profits for dang sure, but because you have profit taking area. But wow, look at the overall pattern on this. SHX, that wasn't that like leaving a will or something like that? Like oh man, am I getting this thing confused? Isn't that it? Because I had some of that at one time. I even left Stronghold. Aren't you? What do you do, Stronghold? I went to the wrong one to tell me. Most tokens store value creates it. Stronghold's expanding payment ecosystem uses SHX token, or SH hash, I guess, Stronghold, as a building block for real-world purpose. Okay, I don't think it's the one I'm thinking about. It's built on the Stellar Network. There's some alpha. One of the most energy-efficient blockchain networks using Stellar Consensus Protocol. And what do you do? #1 crypto Discord server. Stay up. Okay, so they got a Discord. The currency of loyalties. Merchants and their customers earn SHX through Stronghold reward program based on their transaction mods. Or your reward coin. Liquidity for DeFi plays a role in Stronghold's governance. But for developer, so what the hell are you? What are you doing? What is the maximum supply? Just 100 trillion and will not be increased. What are you? What's the price of you right now? You're what? You better have a lot of zeros. Just 1 0? 100 trillion, you're at 1 0? What the hell? I don't know about that, but I mean, the price looks strong. What is your market cap? 147 million? Oh, you got 5 billion out. Oh, they got a lot to unlock, or however they're going to distribute that over the next little bit. How long you been out? How long you been going here? Well, we go back to 2019? 2019 and you only unlocked 5 billion over this? Okay. I'll respect that. A lot of the newer coins would have had most of that shit unlocked already. They'd already be flooded the market, taking their profits, and, you know, pretty much just said, we're done with this. Good luck. And so that's cool. All right. Stronghold may have something. I just don't like all those tokens. I'm cool with the market cap winning 147, and it's been in here before. Apparently, it didn't have. I guess there's a way to pull up the market. I guess you can. Its market cap is much bigger than it was then. This is the effect of tokenomics, which I gotta say, this was decent compared to what we see on a lot of them. This was the market cap way back then. It was about 75 million. Right now it's about 150 million, right? But the price back then was a lot higher, but we're getting close to it. Where she topped out was her all-time high there. All-time high was 5 cents, 5.5 cents. So that's nice to see that as the tokens were gradually unlocked, at least price kind of also increased, but still it keeps it from getting this level as easily. So cool. There's a couple ways to look at this, and we'll do it the most simple. Already touched that one. Yes, you are definitely in your take profit areas, and she may try to squeeze up here. I would definitely leave a limit order over here. 0.029, right at 3 cents. Just the hair under 3 cents. Maybe it can be 3 cents exactly psychological, but there'll be a lot of orders stacked up in there. So at some point, some of those might not get filled at the very end if it can't get past there, right? But oh, it actually is. I'm tightening up my fib so that right the psychological resistance at 3 might actually squeeze up there. Thus says the daily. Looks like, yeah, and so the 4 hour kind of agrees. I wouldn't think she would get past there, but we'll put a bonus target at 3.5. I really don't see that one happening, but I'll throw this one out there. Shit, but a nice rounding structure there. Nice rounding structure. Another idea to keep in mind, which you probably already see. Most of you guys are pretty good at charting anyway, I think. So we draw, I'm going to the wikis, and so we're still kind of in this zone, and that would be a good one to watch. So definitely areas that to get paid, baby, get paid. Buy her cheaper when she comes down. 200 moving average is still down here at 1.2 cents. Could find our way back toward that area at some point. Just saying. Justin says the miners are saying that that's BS, that they haven't even gotten to 35% yet. They just get 51% of a 100 block lot. It's all BS. Could be. Nice hype. Get that. Yep. Well, it hurt one, but made another one pump. I don't think Monero is. But I mean, it's cool. Maybe it'll keep the Monero developers on their toes, though. I mean, at least that, even if it wasn't a 50, a complete 51, they need all developers need to stay on their toes, especially in that area. Monero is the only one that I don't think. I mean, there's still an IRS bounty out to try to crack that one. Dirty bastards. Hello? You guys hear something? Bobby Us. Justin says it's already tapped the wick top. Where's the beef? What's on parade? How's Iris? Iris is doing better, man. She was lackluster for a minute. It looked good a while back, and I've got a little bag, and then she, I guess it was, it must have been over here, and I guess she did all this and came down. And no, that was, when was that? What? No, it could have been. I can't remember when I looked at it or when I did it. I didn't put a whole lot in it, but that little bit went down a lot. And then I noticed, oh wow, you come up a lot more because I've added more since I got down there. She went below. It might have been here. I bet it was here. On the 6-1, I would have. Yeah, I would have definitely. I think this is where I got it. So yeah, for what it went down, that would have been a lot. That makes more sense for what I seen it go down in my portfolio. Now I seen her pump up. So that got me on this one. I was going to do a double bottom here, but she still had lower to go, and sometimes that happens. Don't knock it when it happens, but it seemed to have happened. What did we end up doing? When something like that happens, I always like to go back and see, well, is there something that I missed? Was there something the level that we didn't look at? And you wouldn't have caught it. That bigger move wouldn't have caught it. You might be in the vicinity. And the most local one, I would expect that you would, but no, and that's I think that's how I missed it. Full 618, and I think she'll recover that. But so now I got some stuff to ponder and study on, and that's how we learn and grow. So we got a trend line, that's cool. I'm breaking away from it. Very steep ass falling wedgie. 68% chance they break to the upside, says every crypto influencer out there, which is actually a true statistics because it comes from Thomas Bukowski. About 75% of the way in is where they usually start trying to break out from, when you have to extend it all the way to an apex, means make a point, and then you figure out 75% of that distance, which we might still have a little bit to go here before we actually break out. December? No, say it ain't so. Coming back up to these areas at 1.3 cents on this. So this is on the daily. So what are you doing on the 4 hour? Because you've been looking good lately. I mean, my little bag, this little flag made my bag pump what you did. I mean, not like it pumped great, but it made a difference. I may have added some right down here when it was super, super cheap. 4 hour looks good. Bullish cross, breakout. See if we can come back up and test this 0.002 area. What would that be? About another? That's a set. That just that one little move there is 80%. So now that makes this one is just such an area. Just I mean, just going up a little bit, you're making 3-4x. So that's the appeal of taking a chance on something like this. It just sucks when it keeps on going down lower, like what it did over there. So short-term plays, man. Need to test that right up here, but this one right here with the Fibonacci 2.4, 2.5 cent area, good target. 0.0036. These are just short-term targets too. I'm going to get lazy and not color code them. So breakout, what we got up there? That would be 260%. Cool. This one is kind of like when your little dark horse plays, man, because it seems like 19, what, 19 cents? I don't know, I got up higher. 32 cents there, 22 cents here in 2021. So last cycle, she made some good gains from even these areas close to where we're at now. It did a good run, but she's just been slow to play. There's another one of those coins that have a lot of tokens, a lot of release over this time too. And the best is that she's done this cycle so far, this bull run, has been to get to 6 cents and then get to 4.5 cents right there a year ago. So far, that's all we've seen. I don't know where we can expect us to come anywhere close to even trying to... Well, all-time high would be 32 cents. I mean, I don't think a lot of these coins are going to do that just because of the coconut unlocks over the years and all that and how oversaturated our market is. But I would be at least looking to the 618s of the pools. Maybe even just the 0.5s. But 16 cents, maybe 19 cents out of this crazy toward the end of the book. Maybe. Cross our fingers, hope. In that situation, I mean, $100 down here, just throw it in, leave it on the wallet, forget about it. $100 could do 4,000% gains. If I'm right, that's like a 400x. Is that correct? Is my math right on that? It would go from a fraction of a penny, 1/10 of a penny, up to 16 cents. That it's worth the gamble if you like slot machines, and it's got a lot better odds than your slot machines, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, I'd do it. Hell yeah! Just let it stake until it gets through. You gotta make time 21 days ahead of time before you want to sell it to unstake it, though. I'll probably be announcing when I'm going to start unstaking my Cosmos. Actually, I did start unstaking a little bit of my INJ today because it takes 21 days. I want to have a little INJ ready for when number go up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby. Bought that INJ like at $3. I missed it. I forgot about it when it was like 70 cents and $1.40 when nobody wanted it. I didn't remember it until it was like $3.50, and I was like, oh crap, I got FOMO in. It felt like I was FOMOing in. Until it went to $44. And I thought, yeah, this is the one. I'm doing it awesome. I'm a genius. Look how much this package grown. And then it dropped to like, not as low as I bought it, but it dropped a lot, right? Such is life. Ladies and gentlemen, frogs and squirrels. Only once in a while I did, says Davey. Ethereal, how's it going? Winamp's Llama Coin might be worth watching. I'm not sure if it's out yet. Llama Coin, Llama. Doesn't look. Well, I don't see it on the exchanges yet. Might be. It's got a market cap of 4.3 thousand. I don't even know if these are the real coins. On Solana, especially. Solana, the new Binance chain. Oh crap! You took me here and made it white screen. You lose points for that. I'm just saying. Lazy Llama Coin. This is not even the same one, I don't think. Oh crap! What did I do there? What are you, Dart? We just lost our coin market cap. Math. Anita Cho, how's it going? Lady, is it bottomed out? That one actually had a nice little pump up today. I don't know if you saw that. I thought of you when I saw that. I thought, oh, Anita's going to be happy about this. Because it definitely tries your patience. And you got to be patient when they're down there. Oh, it looks tiny. I'm on the daily. It looks tiny, doesn't it? It looks tiny, but look, you're getting green candles now. That's a great sign. Has she bottomed out yet? On the daily, it's not confirmed. Not confirmed yet until we get a buzz. Make a higher high. And we're kind of right up there. You might say there's a slight one. I think it's trying to do it now. I would be looking for it to come up to the 36. What we got? 3.3? I hope I'm reading this right. This is what it says on the chart. The 3.5 area up to 3.6 area, that right under here, resistance, that's where we want to be bumping up to. Or, that's where we get a bumper. Where we're likely to bump our head, and we'll have to work through that to get higher. And then we still got some other resistance areas, according to some trend line on some idea on some time frame. We're on the daily. Well, let me see what the daily says. Wow, you matter most of all. Oh, wow, look at that. So going by my daily candles, bodies to bodies over here, yeah, you're kind of pointing out right where we are. Tweak it just a little bit there. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and lay you right on top of that wick there because I think that gets it. There's a little fuzzy angle the more that these things extend, just like any line is. But they hold weight. These little lines go on forever. They never stop. And they'll always have the potential to have some reaction, some stronger than others. And the more your price gets away from them, the weaker that they can get. But the concept behind what a lot of people popularly call spider lines, they just go on forever. And they'll go through candles, things. But when we're looking for patterns and we're looking for trend lines, we don't want them to break many areas. But we can also use them when we do see where it breaks areas for traps. So by cutting through, that's where we broke it, and I could see my ladies doing a bear trap idea on the daily. Let's come down to the 4 hours, see if that's got any merit. Oh, I think you do, but you still got some work to do. Oh, it's still gonna be. I could still see it being choppy if it gets above here. You could also see the scenario where we get rejected and stay below it, but. Let's look at that idea. Does that hold any weight? Above the 9? Wow, the music seems kind of loud. So I'm on the 4 hour. Now what I like to do when I'm in a situation, I like this personally. There's a lot of ways to look at this. The most important thing is to make sure that we got an area of support, which we do, but I don't have it identified. I would like to do that I'd like to see at least be a fib area. That's important to me. Yes, baby. Love you, my 1272. Perfecto. Perfect for this setup. So for this bear trap idea makes a perfect bear trap. Love it. Love it. Matter of fact, we need to put you back on there and mark you because you're so beautiful. Beautiful red line. Love those red lines now. They're starting to be my favorite. So personally, I think we're going to do a bear trap and get up there, but some other ways that look at this, especially I have to confirm and support. Red line, please. You got a little pointy. Some people will be looking for an Adam and Eve or a double bottom. I don't think it makes you an Adam and Eve whatsoever. People would squint their eyes and force patterns and try to make one there. But we do have the touch here. We kind of, I think it's a variation of a, oh my gosh, this is where it really doesn't matter. All this debating on what kind of double bottom this is really doesn't matter because they all operate, every freaking double bottom operates the same. Same rules for every one of them. Doesn't matter what they look like. If they're pointy, saggies, if they're full, I don't care. If they flip-flopping, I don't care. I don't see them as bottoms. I see them as boobies. I'm just going to throw it out there. These double booby patterns, because that's what they look like to me. They just look like cow titties, but hey, I like them anyway. I don't mind them. Sometimes I even throw a bra on them just to help them out, to give them an idea that, hey, you need to go up to the upside. I'm just saying, that's just what we do here. Am I ranting? There's something about these double bottoms. Anyway, you're lucky I can't find your bra. I was just throwing it on there. But no, we want to see them. Let's set them puppies free. I know what you guys are thinking. Sometimes I think the same thing. I feel like I'm telling myself right now, and I should just shut up and get back to the charts. But for some reason, I can't. Oh, what happened? Sometimes you gotta cover them little babies up. Honey, you might need them. Them little floppy. Them like a. Oh my gosh. All right, so. A form of a double bottom. What I'm saying, they all work the same. They all work the same. They just make a channel. Price travels and channel. Stick around here. I say that a lot. I haven't said a lot lately though. But you get the same measure move, no matter what kind of double bottom is. Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve, Steve and Steve, Eve and Eve. All three people having a party together. I mean, that'd be a triple bottom, wouldn't it? Anyway. They all work the same. So nice bottom, and then it gets back in here. Oh, nice! I would expect a strong move up from that. So I'm sticking with. I want to see this guy's a higher high. Get that guy. So imagine making another 40% from where we are now. You're back to where they are now, going up another 40% here as we come to test this trend line. But first, there's a trend line under here we need to come to, and. That might be right down here. Do you line up angle-wise? Maybe. Not really. So even the trend lines tell us that up here would be some resistance, and that would still be 26% gains for ladies. If you don't have any ladies and you want a lottery ticket that might hit and make some possible, 2-3 X fairly easy. She's still in the bottom position and hasn't confirmed her big ass double bottom, but man, this one's got a lot of upside. Well, this is where she was back in 2023. This is where she is right now. Look what it did back in 2023. Yeah, just a year ago this thing went up to 43 cents. I think that's right. From where we are now up to there, that is that's about 11 or 12x. Almost 1,200% gains. So, is it worth it? Hell yeah! Try not to sell too early. That would be the biggest mistake that you can make. And anywhere below, what is that, 73 cents? What was this? Oh, these are, this is not cents. There's some lots of zeros behind it. So lots of zeros were dropped. How many zeros? This has 7 zeros. That's what that -7 means. This had, how many zeros did you drop? Just one? It just dropped one, okay. That's still 1,200%. A lot of coins, lots of zeros, but I like it. It's making me feel kind of tingly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel kind of, I might have to excuse myself for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, how long have we been going? An hour, 19 minutes, 20 people. Starting to lose a few people here. Come back to the chat. Bulls on Parade, Hoppy. Strega says, surely XRP will save us $589, baby. Woohoo! Hoppy is still a thing? You know, that's one I have not thought to look at. Oh, yeah. That would be another one. So if you haven't noticed, the meme coins are popping off right now, right? Largely, more of your bigger cap meme coins are more popular ones. And even this is on the daily. But that seems to be where some of the money is going into right now, because for the last week, money's been pouring in since it's at 21, whatever, 4 zeros and 21. I don't like the way you're showing this. But still, when you zoom out and look at it overall, juicy bottoms, man. This is where it was a few months ago. From where we are now to there, that's 140%. Imagine getting back to where we were just a mere, what is it now? Almost 10 months, not 8, 9 months ago. Back in October, November. Gosh, that's coming up on us soon. It'll be here before we know it. 1,200% gains, a lot like what we saw on Milady's. So I'd put it in the same category. So these are some of the other smaller meme coins, and they get them pumping back again because they've got a community. Just got to fire it back up again, right? And you got this big, juicy double bottom pattern forming right here. We're just at you got a couple of them forming, right? They like to, they come in, I don't know, they come in multiples. So you got this one, and I mean, you got a measurement from all of them. Even the bigger one, just double it up. Just the measure move alone from a possible double bottom idea, getting up here to confirm it and then giving a little time to hit the target. What would that be? $100. $100 worth of hobby. Would go up 320% right there. So if it went up 320%, you have... I did the math. Oh, Jesus. If you put $100 in and you got 320%, you would have $420. That almost sounds like Destiny. Destiny's Child. That alone is a compelling argument for me alone. That's all my DJ needs to say. Are you doing it? You probably will. Oh my God, Sean. That's why I'm broke, ladies and gentlemen. Why I'm broke. Until they hit, Road Dogg. Until they hit. God, he sucks, Sean. So this is the daily, by the way. We haven't even looked at the 4-hour. What are you looking like on the 4-hour? You gained the 200 moving average. Nice little double bottom down here. So there's always a chance to come back and retest those double bottoms and support resistance flips, and that was a nice one right there. 23. Is it cents? 23 cents? No. -4. Oh, no, it's got all that -4 stuff. Whatever. Are you starting to do this different? Used to there would be a bunch of zeros on TradingView, but even that's hard to read. Maybe they did that to make it easier to read. I don't know. And I mean, those bigger ass targets. I mean, up here. I would really. There's all kinds of ones. At 62, even at 34. Smaller time, but man. In my personal opinion, when you got these bottom formation, this is not trading period. This is build a bag period. And I think your traders that come in and they can get some trades and gains, but I think that's when they look back and say, man, I traded that when it was that good down here, and now it's worth $35. What? I should have held it. That's usually the stories that you hear. This is where people want to accumulate and hold. I'm just saying. For a minute. Throwing it out there. Or you can trade it and sell it earlier and say, oh man, I should have held that. I had so many of them coins. If I'd held on to all them coins, look how much money I'd have $100,000 right now. But I made $20 on it when it doubled. Yeah, woo, because I'm a baller. Look at that profit, baby. You can't go broke taking profits. It's hard to get rich if you take them too early too, though. I want some peanut butter. I think you've been...
For those of you out there that didn't like it, I just want to say thank you very much.
Elvis took all the Reese's. He does hog the Reese's. He is a Reese's hog. I've noticed that. I'm not very happy about that. My mom loves pennies. Good to know. It's not the zeros, it's the liquidity. Now I'm even more confused. I need some more good-ass coffee. Thank you for reminding me that today's sponsor is some good-ass coffee, which I'm drinking right now, and obviously I'm going to be up again all night long, because why not? I mean, they're pumping the market. Bitcoin is at $119,940. Don't dox me. That was our good ass coffee break. TradingView wants me to pay to watch myself lose more money, says Strega. Well, you can do a lot with the free version, though. That was the reason that CryptoFace, what he said, that he wanted to put Market Cipher together and just taking 5 indicators and throwing them together so that you could use it on the free TradingView, so it wouldn't take up all 5 of your indicators. I think they still allow for 5 free indicators, so I like TradingView. Of course, then again, you got access to this on whatever exchange that you're using. Most of them use TradingView, so you got access, and you have access to stuff that you would be paying for there too on the exchange. So, I don't know. TradingView's kind of like the standard. All right, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin here and see what Bitcoin is doing. Are you doing what we wanted you to do? Are you going back up? Did you go back up? What are you doing, Bitcoin? Let me get to the right chart. You bound? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was. We don't need that there anymore. Oh, snap. Let's take you off. We're on the 6 minute. We're on the 6 minute time frame. Reclaiming the 200 moving average. Well, then you go to the 50 minute and look what the 200 average, and then you go to the 20 minute. You can. That's a strategy. You can do that, but the people that teach that, I think they need to teach so you can understand why you would do that, how it works. But you don't hear that because I don't think they know. Nice little breakout that's trying to happen here on the very 1 minute chart on Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart. We're getting a 1 minute breakout as we speak on Bitcoin. We got the green dot they gave us on Market Cipher. However, we do have some decreasing. Well, I got the red dot here on Market Cipher. Can't see because I got this little line drawn there. What was that? Okay, whatever that was. Got the red dot on the 1 minute, dude. It's all over. It's going to 0. Dude, you suck. It's rejection, man. Happens to me all the time, dude. For real, 100, dude. Calling a zigzaggy on this breakout, so lackluster breakout. No volume on it whatsoever. Looks lackluster. Dude, are you like reneging because it made green, like a red candle? No, there's certainly no volume there. It's following volume here with volume price. That's usually kind of a good sign on this one little time frame. Says the 1 minute. It's not as good on the other ones though. So is it going to break out or not? Gosh darn it. I hope we have a chance. I think we got a chance to try to go for it here. Especially on my 6 minute. Notice the difference when how the minute makes on just this one, 6 minute and the 5 minute. On the 6 minute, we're above and have retested that 200 moving average there, and on the 5 minute, we've been riding beneath it. Let's throw bearish here, but we're above the 9. That's the clue. On the 6 minute, also above the 9. I like the 6 minute. 1/10 of 60 minutes. 1/10 of an hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. This is total 3 on the daily. Higher highs. Just saying. This is Bitcoin dominance on the daily. Lower lows. Just saying. Behind my little turkey ears, drumsticks, is the stablecoin market dominance, and shooting, hopefully, for a lower low. That would be money coming out of stable coins, going into altcoins, more so than Bitcoin. Is it altcoin season? I don't think I'm officially calling an altcoin oh, am I? Am I calling it? Wait a minute. Where we at? Where we at? Oh, crap. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an appointment announcement to make for the final 16 people here. All the rest of them will not see this. We made it down here. We made it down to our levels on Bitcoin dominance. So either we catch this for support, which may happen soon. You start seeing it on the smaller time frames taking effect. But when I come to these smaller time frames, they're saying, hell no, we ain't ready. Hell no. So we're breaking levels. Maybe I'm going to be that guy who's the last one to call an altcoin season. I still think it's potentially just a rally. I'm looking for any wiggle room here that we might have. Incorporate. So I'm watching this closely. Let me get these guys off of here so we can see what's going on. Let me get all this other stuff off. So that red line that we are currently at, and also this white line right here, it needs to hold if this one wants to be bullish. Otherwise, we might be breaking down below the channel, and I'm starting to lean toward we might do that. Let me point out the reasons why. If we look here on the daily chart for Bitcoin dominance, we see that the 50 moving average is starting to cross over there. It's 200. Looking like it won't to. Looking like it won't to. 100 falling behind it. Bearish crosses here, daily, bigger time frames, bigger, more important crosses. Now, there is the scenario that I got to talk about. Now, we're not seeing it playing out on the shorter time frames because it's trying to get a little bullish. But when this cross happens, the 50 crossing over the 200, there might be a pullback. Now, she might come up a little bit somewhere and find some resistance and then continue back. It might bring us back into this pattern or might bring us up. So I don't know. We're not out of the woods yet. We're in the tricky situations, but it is pointing more now or not, starting to lean to we might possibly be losing this channel. If we do, there is a measured move for this, which would take altcoins, or take Bitcoin dominance now for a lower low to around the 51% area. That would be the closest thing that we have seen to an altcoin season since about June of 2022, when we were still down here at the bottom areas. And we dropped, we dropped about that much right there. Still overall, that's pretty good. For the overall move, if we were to go from where we are now, we haven't made this whole move yet, all right? And that wasn't even really an altcoin season. The altcoin season, ladies and gentlemen, was here in 2021. It would have to look something like this. Now, I don't know that we're going to get that, okay? From these higher areas where we were before, which is right up here. If we got back up here, I could see that happening. Overall, now my theory is that we could bounce and come up here and then have our altcoin season, and we're just getting a nice rally. However, maybe we lose this a little bit. I don't know. If we do, altcoins are going to continue to go up, and they're going to go good, and we're going to be happy. If my scenario happens where we come back up here, we're going to struggle with altcoins again after taking profits and watching them struggle again, and it would suck. And then we would get the altcoin season of the cycle, the one where we're like, oh my god, it's finally paying out. If this happened, we would have a chance to build bigger bags. If this happens, we're selling out of our bags, chasing. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you think it's altcoin season? People have been calling for it for the past 3 months, every week for the past 3 months. I mean, I'm going to clear this off, so maybe I can make sure I don't have a bias. We're determining if we have altcoin season or not, or I'm trying to. And I still think we got a little bit of wiggle room there. But she's flirting with breaking this trend line. If it do, oh baby, if it do. Well, let's pull out all the little tricks and see where we're at. 2, 3, 6. Oh snap! I wish I hadn't saw that. It gives it a chance for this to hold. It's not tested this before. Not since it made a high. It's not tested this area before. I don't see any sign that it wants to bounce at the moment. On the smaller time frames, they ain't looking like they were trying to entertain the thought. So it does look like it wants to come down and play with the idea of breaking this trend line, but it could be a bear trap, remember? So just keeping our eyes open, just keeping them open. Nowhere along this move has the white 100 moving average ever crossed the 200. Still has not. If that happens, that would be a nice confirmation. Now, anywhere have we seen a bearish cross on the 50 crossing the 200? And yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did several times, or not several times, but one good time right over here. Right after we had our nice little in December, when we had our big pump up in December and things went to the moon. Yeah! We didn't take in the profits and all that good stuff. That right there was when the 200 moving average crossed over the 200 here, just a little after. It was actually in January, and then we started giving back our gains. It crossed bearishly, and then ironically, price went up, shouldn't have. And then it came back and crossed back bullishly. So it was a fake out, and we don't want a situation like that to happen here. But it could. So let's be cautious. I'm sure this one looked beautiful. Everybody's calling for altcoin season to keep on going and going and going over here in December too, right? And then it didn't. We started giving them back up. So we just have to keep an eye. And once we get a daily candle confirmed under here, then I'm willing to say, hey man, let's let this little sucker drop as hard as he can. But I need some confirmations here, and start getting some confirmations on a 4 hour. I would tell you, Ichimoku Cloud looks like she want to drop it. It does look like it want to drop. And all I can say, man, is enjoy the hell out of this with your altcoins. On the 1 hour, we have confirmed under my line and under the, more importantly, this 236 Fibonacci area here. So, wow, man, if we drop down to here, which I should have. Why are you that way? I'm color coding you, my Fibonacci right there. To 55%, if that can happen. That's still a higher low here, meaning that we could start, I mean, I don't know, we got all kinds of scenarios we can look at the time. All right, so, wow, man. This actually, Ichimoku Cloud looks nasty here. It really does look like Bitcoin dominance wants to, could have some strength of this move. So, watching this area, want to see some candle closes under here. Even on bigger time, 4 hour confirmed underneath the, wow, that's interesting. Altcoins are starting to look really, really good then. They're starting to look good. We waited for so long, man. 19 people that are still here with me. If you're I'm sure you're all in altcoins. You wouldn't be watching me. Give yourself a pat on the back for just being here, hanging in, riding the ride, because it's been a rough ride. This has been a challenging cycles for altcoins. It's been horrible. And now we finally might be possibly getting, a significant move that might make what happened last year when it pumped my bags up the highest I've seen them. And I should have taken more advantage of that. Are we going to get something even bigger than that? Something bigger than what we got in November? Starting now? The true altcoin season usually happens after Bitcoin peaks out. Made its top, although nobody knows for sure it's its top at the time, because that's the start of the bear market. And that's usually when the money is selling out of Bitcoin, and then it starts rolling over into Ethereum, and then into the layer ones, and then to the smallers. It just trickles down into the smaller market caps. That is what a true altcoin season is. And even a strong rally would still have those same effects. But the true altcoin season does play out that way. I'm still watching. I'm not calling it yet. I'm going to see some confirmations. A lot of people jumped out there and called it. having to retrack every week. We're just waiting for confirmation. I think we're about to get it. And so again, congratulations for being in here, because whether it's a rally or the continuation of a altcoin season that started with a rejection over here, man, it's long overdue. And this is where you can start seeing some really, really big changes happen in your life. There can be some nice come-ups as long as you remember to get paid. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Watching that Bitcoin. Trying to gain some strength right here on the tiny 6 minute. Respect my trend line, bitch. Respecting the old trend line here. Look, you can squeeze your eyes and you can see shoulders and heads. And I just like to see that bounce off that trend line, baby, because I know she's going up. She need to be going for a higher high. I ain't going to chase her just to make a $50 play. Hell's knows. She's trying to do something, baby. Things are about to happen in this market. And then they're going to cut them rates. Oh! Looks like it's going to be an interesting fall. Don't get too carried away. Don't chase. Keep your wits about you, but it's looking good. I like what I'm seeing here on the tiny 6 minute. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Going to the end screen. Going to listen to the new song. Hopefully I got the right version up.
They're jacked on the market's churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoidling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the road.
A rally's what I've been rolling with for a while. But if we lose that trend line, I'm going to have to entertain the idea of something different. Because it'll keep going. Should. I think it's too early for our full-on altcoin season, though I do. But I could be wrong. There you go, Mr. Mouse.
They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got them down on the luck. By the dip they yell, eyes wild with hype. While the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight. Checking the apps like a dealer's hit. Every red candle's a gut punch split. Ooh, yeah. Hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord dead to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Sorting Satoshis, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fry. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind. Swapping dope for a coin that's cursed. Lost the keys, now the heads might burst. Rogue polios, just hold a pain portfolio, screaming you're going insane. Talking DeFi, NFTs in a haze. Mama's yelling, get a job, no craze. Bull run fever, but the bear's in play. Still snorting Satoshis, they're fading away. Snorting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord dead to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more on call. Snorting Satoshis. The jack on the market's turn, chasing mem coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hodling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. Foremost got 'em diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz alive. Yeah, yeah. Starting Satoshis, hooked on the rush. Pumping up, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord into the moon they soar. Crypto junkies screaming more encore. Starting Satoshis, no stopping.
So do I think that Miladies could 100x from here? Oh, what? It was 1200 on the chart, wasn't it? Was it 1200%? That would be like a 12x, right? I think it was like 11 or 1200%. So that'd be about a 10 or 12x. I could see a 10x pretty easy. We're at $30 million market cap. Getting it to this to $300 million market cap by the end of the cycle, that's totally doable. It being a meme coin that got up high before. What was your market cap? This was the market cap. Okay. This is the price. This is the market cap. This market cap went up to 350 million last year. Yeah, so it can 10x easy. With 100x, I doubt that we see that. It'd have to get to like, if I'm doing the math right, what's that? 3 billion or 30 million? $30 million market cap? Yeah, I'd have to get the $30 million market cap. I mean, other meme coins, some meme coins went to $1 billion. Look at Floki. I don't know. I wouldn't shoot for it, but I'd always keep a little bit just in case, you know what I'm saying? But a 10x I could see, and it may do more than that. I don't know. That's a lot of coins, though. A lot. Definitely. I mean, I'm thankful that you mentioned it to me because I was not in it, and when I saw the pattern, I decided I'm going to take a little. I don't have a big position on it. It's not big at all, but I want to be in on it when she can go up there and make a 10x. I want part of that. So shout out to you for sharing and asking about it.
Let the candlesticks blaze. Crypto or chaos, they're lost in the maze. From the wallet to the grave, chasing that high. Snorting Satoshis till the servers run dry. Yeah, yeah. Camped out in the Discord glow, chasing highs where the mem coins flow. Crypto junkies, eyes on the screen, holding dreams in a blockchain scene. Got a wallet full of coins, no sleep, trading FOMO for a dip that's deep.
I think it might be asking a little bit too much, but it might. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. But a 10 to 12x looks very, very doable. A 100x, maybe. It depends on how crazy the retail gets, and it can get crazy toward the end. That's why we say we don't rule it out. Because when regular retail. When the new ones come in, you remember what it was like when we were all new. We didn't know any better, and we just bought everything, and everything looked good, and we listened to everything on YouTube or Twitter. Let's go to 100x from here, and we all believed it and all that. And, a lot of the dumb money will be coming in, and they got to pay the dues and learn the game just like we did and everybody else did. But at those very few last weeks of a true altcoin season, if we get a blow off top, it can get absolutely freaking nuts for a very short amount of time. So I wouldn't rule it out. I just wouldn't be counting on it. But I feel pretty good with at least a 10x. Alright guys, so this song, you've heard about 3 different versions of it. I was considering releasing the first one. What do you guys think? You like number 1, number 2, or number 3? This one's really more for my vampire, moody, gothic vibe days.
Dogs for some shady altcoin. Lost their keys, now they're losing their mind. Rug pull, now it's a learning curve, but their portfolio's screaming, you got some nerve. They're talking in tongues, defy NFT, while their mom's like, son, get a job, please. It's a bull run.
Number 1 it is. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning with too.
To the blockchain buzz. So light up the charts.
This one goes on forever.
Crypto or crack, man, they'll never learn. From the wallet to the grave, they're chasing the dream. Snorting Satoshis in a blockchain scheme.
I want to play the first part of it again. This is the first one again.
They're jacked on the market's churn, chasing meme coins where the tickers burn. Crypto fiends, veins hot with greed, hoidling dreams in a blockchain need. While it's stacked with coins, no sleep. FOMO's got them diving deep. The wide on trades in a digital dive. Market swings keep the buzz.
Yeah, this is number 1. Reminds me a little bit of Panic at the Disco too, just a little bit. Like if they did a mashup, a collaboration.
They're preaching about freedom in the pixel storm, but the banks tapped out, their dreams deformed. Rig in the basement, mining for bucks. Power bills got them down on the luck. By the dip they yell, eyes wild with hype, while the girls like, babe, you're losing the fight. Checking the apps like a dealer's hit. Every red candle's a gut punch split. Ooh, yeah. Hooked on the rush, pumping dumb.
for doxing us. Now everybody knows.
Swapping dog for a coin that's cursed. Lost the keys, now the heads might burst. Rug pulleyos, just hold a pain portfolio, screaming you're going insane. Talking DeFi, NFTs in a haze. Mama's yelling, get a job, no craze. Bull run fever, but the bear's in play. Still snorting Satoshes, they're fading away. Snorting Satoshes, hooked on the rush. Pump and dump, chasing that crypto crush. From the Discord dead to the moon they saw. Crypto junkies screaming more cause. Snorting Satoshes, no stopping this high. Riding that wave till they crash and fry. All in no brakes, they're losing their minds. Addicted to the blockchain grind, grind, crank up the charts, let the candlesticks blaze. Crypto chaos,
That is the name of the song, Snorting Satoshis.
till the grave, chasing that high. Snorting Satoshis till the servers run dry.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for also helping me pick out which one to release. That's the one I was kind of leaning with too. I might go ahead and release that one tonight. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bitcoin still saying where she's at. She's at 119,600. Like she were above the trend line support. Looks like all of our altcoin dreams are going to start looking more real this week. I look forward to it. Good night, everybody. And good night, John Boy.